None of this would have come to be if we had not worked for many years at the Center Post-Traumatic Disorders Program at the Psychiatric Institute of Washington. Many years ago, Christine Courtois, Joan Turkis, and Barry Cohen created a program of care for those with a history of childhood abuse and neglect. They worked hard within many constraints to provide a safe enough place for those struggling with the long-term effects of childhood trauma. The inpatient program at the center provided a place for those in acute crises who were stuck, hurting, and in need of intensive support. It provided a certain level of security within 24/7 care and a hard-working treatment team that included nurses, psychiatrists, social workers, psychologists, nurses' aides, art therapists, interns, and hospital administrators. By engaging in group therapies, individual therapies, medication management, and within the therapeutic milieu, patients worked through acute suicidal crises and found the courage to face their past. The outpatient day program at the center provided treatment for longer-term processing of trauma. Patients often stayed in the program for months at a time, sometimes longer. Through group therapy and art therapy, patients worked on processing their trauma narrative and exploring the relational devastation that is caused by growing up in an abusive home. It is in these settings that Joanne worked for many years and where Simone and Lee interned and then continued to work after graduation. This environment provided a unique opportunity to work with a great number of patients who often taught us more than we could learn from our ongoing training and reading. Most writers who address with sensitivity the distinctive needs of trauma survivors acknowledge that they learned what they know from their clients. We, too, have listened with a passionate curiosity, and we dedicate this book to all our teachers. In this book, you will find a discussion of suicidal behaviors being viewed as a coping strategy rather than just a problem that needs to be fixed. We highlight our ideas with stories of clients who have been able to go to the dark places that suicidality paradoxically protected them from. But we do want to make clear that this does not mean that suicidality should be taken lightly. Suicidality is serious and can be deadly. At no point should a therapist tell a client they don't really want to die, that they are just distracting themselves from a bigger problem. This isn't helpful and could easily escalate a delicate situation. We take any client who tells us they are suicidal very seriously. It only takes an impulse and access to the means to die for a suicidal thought to become a deadly action. Working with clients who feel suicidal requires training, experience, and sensitivity, as well as an ability to connect with a client and value what they think and feel.